Hey Pirate fans, welcome to this week's Midweek Mashup. I'm Emma Jane House.
And I'm Nicole LaDuca.
It was an exciting weekend for the Pirates as 6 sports teams were in action, and there were a lot of good wins across the board. The football team was in Dallas this weekend to pick up their first conference win against SMU. The Pirates won 49-23 over the Mustangs, and Montez Overton was named American Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Week, while James Summers was on the American Athletic Conference Honor Roll list for the second week in a row. The football team hosted USF at home on Saturday night. Punter Worth Gregory had a career-high 401 yards. Although the team fell 22-17 to the Bulls, they still have 2 games left in the season. The Pirates will have to win both of these games to be bowl eligible. Here's a look back at Saturday night's game. Even in that rain, the Pirate fans stuck it out, and I think they definitely got a good show. Soccer made their Texas road swing this weekend and played Houston on Thursday and SMU on Sunday. We caught up with head coach Rob Donenworth to hear his thoughts on the weekend's games. A local man is using his tragedy to raise hope and awareness in the community about a new nonprofit organization. I'm Emma Jane House, and coming up, I'll tell you what they're doing to restore homes in the community.
I have it here because it's reality. My story is real. I don't have any PCAs. I go by what's in my heart.
Tracy O'Carroll is referring to the car behind her, the car her daughter Sarah died in on January 5th, 2011, after looking down to read a text.
Sarah is what keeps me going. I would not want anyone to have to go through what I went through.
With the hopes of preventing more tragedies like Sarah's, Pitt County hosted the first annual Teen Safe Driver Summit. Officials hosted a number of speakers, followed by hands-on learning experience for teens and their parents.
Teens are most likely to be involved in a crash from the ages of 16 to 17 or during the first year that they have their license. So it's events like this where we're trying to continue that learning experience for both the parents and teens.
Pitt County ranks in the top 10 counties in North Carolina for teens that are involved in fatal motor vehicle crashes. Parents like Cynthia Manning and her son William attended the event to further their knowledge on being a safe driver.
As a parent, I just wanted extra help and resources in helping me reinforce how important it is to be a safe driver on the team, not only for our family but for other people that they're going to be interacting with.
Injury prevention specialist at Vidant Medical Center, Jennifer Wobbleton, wants to remind people that the learning process doesn't just end after driver's ed classes.
Particularly for parents, they tend to think that after their teen completes driver's ed that they've had all the training that they need, and they still need to continue that training.
Distractions aren't limited to just texts and phone calls. Whether you're reading a text, changing a CD, or talking to a passenger, you are taking your eyes and attention off of the road.
And just knowing that we shop, we work, we go to school in this area, I just think it's important for everyone just to take time to realize that the decisions we make in the car impact so many people.
Officials hope all drivers will think twice about answering that text, not wearing a seatbelt, or getting behind the wheel after drinking, because it only takes 1 second.
Keep your eyes on the road, your mind on what you're doing. Forget about everything else. Your life and everyone else's life is very important.
We are planning 2 new student centers.
Student Involvement and Leadership Executive Director Bobby Woodard says the idea is to bring it all together, but with 2 different facilities.
One on the main campus and one on the Health Sciences campus. The Health Sciences campus currently has no building at all, so what we're trying to do is bring all the professional schools together.
Some students say they don't even use Mendenhall now. They go for the Chick-fil-A and the free Scantrons, but that's about it.
No, I never go, because I don't use Mendenhall now all that much.
The new Student Center will break ground in January of 2015. It will include the campus bookstore, a smaller theater, a marketplace and grill, an updated game room, and many large meeting rooms.
A lot of the decisions will be approved of by the Board of Trustees or run by the administration, so we'll be those advocates for what the students want.
The total projects, all 3 buildings, 2 buildings and a park deck, is about $160 million. It's the single largest project in the history of East Carolina University.
When we know student fees could potentially increase due to this investment, it's important that we get what we want out of it, not just have other people make the decisions for us.
Mendenhall simply cannot handle the rate at which ECU is growing. Officials say it's time for an update and time the students get what they want. To voice your opinion or learn more about the project, you can go to ECU's Division of Student Affairs website. Emma Jane House, Pirate News Network.
When we got the diagnosis of autism, you don't know where to turn. It's a sense of hopelessness, and we want to let other families know that there is hope for their child.
When Kyle and Bobby Robinson's son Samuel was diagnosed with autism at 18 months old, they didn't know quite where to turn. Like many families, they didn't understand what autism was and what that would mean for Samuel.
Autism, for my wife Bobby and I, we didn't know what autism was until it happened to us.
Samuel and his mother Bobby leave on Sunday afternoons and spend the whole week in Winston-Salem at the ABC of NC Center so that Samuel can get the therapy he needs.
And he gets 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, so 30 hours a week of intense therapy, which is what the doctors at UNC, when he was diagnosed at 18 months, recommended. Is the earlier the intervention and the intensity were very key to improve his quality of life moving forward.
With the help of their church friends and family, the Robinsons wanted to help not only their son, but others affected by autism.
And we sat down and we were like, no, let's do something for not only Samuel, but all families throughout eastern North Carolina. And there needs to be a center in the eastern part of the state to serve families.
The event, which was held on November 15th, kicked off with a tennis tournament in the morning at the Baywood Racquet Club, where over 100 players came out. Later that night, there was a catered dinner by Rucker Johns and a silent auction held at the Murphy Center.
Originally, it was just going to be, a tennis tournament, and we thought we'd have a dinner with about, 50, 60 people, and then it just kind of snowballed into a event that was more than we could ever imagine. It was really, really cool.
Although she had not picked up a tennis racket in years, Jenny Betts braved the cold and tried her hand at the tennis tournament that Saturday morning.
I just love being active and playing sports. I thought it was a good way to give back to, so I just kind of signed up on a whim.
Kyle says the event, which raised over $42,000 and is continuing to bring in donations, will definitely be an annual thing.
It's a great start. Our vision is we want to make an impact on children as soon as possible.
The first step now is to hire a board-certified behavior analyst to work out of eastern North Carolina that can do in-home therapies until a center gets built here. If you're interested in learning more about the cause or helping the Robinsons make a difference for their son Samuel and families everywhere, be sure to check out the Aces for Autism website.